Kate Rogers is here with more on that pulse from Main Street. Kate.
Hi, Dom. That's right. Yeah, would-be entrepreneurs are now starting to feel the ripple effects, like Elizabeth Wynn. She was in the process of launching her hot sauce company, Del Sauce, just as the government shut down. Wynn and her husband, Ganjo, make the sauces in a commercial kitchen in the Richmond, Virginia area, growing their own peppers and experimenting with flavors. Their contact at the FDA is now furloughed, putting the approval that Wynn says she needs to move forward on hold.
Feel a little bit like political pawns right now because, yes, border security is important, but we don't have anything to do with the border security right now. We are just trying to open a hot sauce business.
The FDA told CNBC in a statement, while we cannot speak to the specific situation, only certain FDA food operations continue to the extent permitted by law, such as activities necessary to address imminent threats to the safety of human life. Meanwhile, outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Amanda Silk is worried about the growing backlog at the Small Business Administration when it comes to loan approvals. Silk is in the process of opening up a bar method franchise location that's reliant on a $350,000 loan from the SBA. Now, she's getting ready to prepare to close on that loan to renovate her studio, but is concerned that her project will be delayed due to the ongoing shutdown.
I have no control over what's happening in the government right now, and I feel like my business is being held hostage. My business isn't political, it's a fitness studio, and I feel very helpless and very hopeless.
The SBA told CNBC in a statement, once full operations are permissible, the SBA is fully prepared to handle higher volume of loan requests to satisfy any unmet demand. So hopefully, entrepreneurs like Amanda will wind up being okay because she hasn't even closed on that loan yet. But, it's a valid concern that if the government remains shut down, that this backlog could grow and that will cause more ripple effects.
Those are just two samples of what I'm sure hundreds of thousands of Americans are feeling right now, if not millions, with regard to getting caught up in some of the red tape. Are there any themes or trends that you're seeing develop with regard to how these people view the shutdown or what their level of optimism or pessimism is?
It's interesting. For something that's so political, they seem very frustrated just across the board due to the ripple effects of what's going on. My business has nothing to do with this. Can't we open the government and then find a solution to border security so that things can get back up and running, people can go back to work, get paid, etc. I've heard that time and again from business owners. There also seems to be, a lot of fear and tension about what's going on and what this means. As entrepreneurs, you prepare for many different scenarios, and some businesses I spoke to did prepare for a potential shutdown, but others that aren't yet open, they don't necessarily have the funding to keep going or keep paying rent on a studio that's not open, while this goes on. So
we've talked about sentiment being one of those leading indicators. Is there a shift in sentiment? Do you feel as though small business owners are feeling a little bit less optimistic about the future of the economy and everything else because of things like the government shutdown?
It's interesting. We'll see if that turns up in the NFIB data, which we will get in a few more weeks for January. I'm curious to see if that shows up. I haven't heard a shift in sentiment yet. I've heard frustrations and hopes that the government reopens. And, we're just talking to a handful of businesses all around the country. So I am curious to see what winds up happening with that, but I haven't seen it turn up just yet.
All right. Thanks, Kate, for that update, because it's a huge story for a lot of Americans out there right now.